Hey there folks, Eric from Support Adventure coming to you from Gdansk, Poland. This is on the Baltic Sea, so kind of east of Scandinavia and part of Poland close to Germany, and a historic place where they have been living for hundreds of years, German culture, Slavic culture together in one. You can see it in the architecture, all of this. So, places like this in Central Eastern Europe, or as most people would think of it in the Western world, in Western Europe and North America, Eastern Europe, places like this are improving rapidly. Yet there's still a third to half the price of somewhere like England or the United States of America to live, or Canada, and especially compared to places like Scandinavia, Switzerland, so on and so forth. Now, a lot of people think when they hear that I'm an expat from Canada and that I want to live in Eastern Europe and Serbia, that I like traveling to places like this. I mean, come on, look at it. Who wouldn't? Wait a second. Let's go on the water here and you'll see. This is a really old city. Okay, so a lot of people, when they hear that I want to live somewhere in Eastern Europe, some former communist country, they probably don't think about this. They probably don't think of these like perfectly nice places that actually look a lot nicer than most parts of the United States, New York City, most parts of a lot of developed countries. A lot of places, cities in England don't really look this nice, do they? Well, look at that. It's beautiful here. It's really beautiful here, folks. It's either some sort of snobbery or some sort of xenophobia. If you think that there is no reason why someone like me, who grew up in a nice upper middle class neighborhood of Toronto, Canada, would want to be in a place like this, either you haven't traveled enough or you are xenophobic. There's no two ways about it, because these places are lovely. People here speak English. The value for money is great. It's just the benefits of it's just like when, you move to like a part of Toronto that used to be more working class and a little bit poorer, and it's called gentrification. Well, what Support Adventure represents is sort of a not quite straight gentrification of Eastern Europe and places like South America and Southeast Asia, but more like a similar sort of thing. Because we go to places where we're treated best, and I truly feel that in these places in Eastern Europe and Slavic countries in particular, I'm treated a lot better than I ever was in Canada. That me being me here has more potential than it ever did there. So I just wanted to show you guys this beautiful water front of Gdansk, Poland. Yeah, okay, maybe this is one of the richest parts of Poland, but as an expat, especially working online for the Western world, my money goes a lot farther here. And when I was living in London, I lived in Mile End, East London, in a housing project, estate housing, which means like basically welfare in American vernacular, welfare housing, in a shabby old room. Here I can have like a beautiful studio apartment in the center of the city. And when I go out to eat, I'm eating a meal for maximum 10 euros, and the beers are like 2 euros. So why not? And why should I torture myself by going at the bottom of the social hierarchy in London, getting a job and just scraping by, when I can be in a place like this and actually live my life? And that's kind of what Support Adventure is about and how it started. So I hope you like this. And by the way, a lot of people here do speak English. A lot of people went to England when the European Union opened up, and now they're coming back because, they've learned a lot from there, and they're bringing it back here, and the economy's improving because of the European Union. Well, England wants to leave it and is becoming more xenophobic. So I really believe that there's more opportunity in Central or Eastern Europe than there is in the Anglo-Saxon world, in the United States, in England. But don't get me wrong, I still do think that the business culture in those countries is better, which is why Support Adventure provides support services for those countries. But for pleasure, those are the countries for business. For pleasure, places like this definitely win. And if you've never been here, just try it. Just come and check it out. Feel it. and maybe you'll like it. And then maybe you'll understand why I started this business support adventure. Thanks a lot, guys.